Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Miss Indy and friends. So we are from Group 98, BBI2423 academic presentation. So for today we are going to present factors influencing bad eating habits among students. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurul Daya binti Abdullah. I'm the first presenter and my matrix number is 196210. The second presenter is Nur Shafinas Pamela binti Johari. The matrix number is 197736, and the last presenter is Nur Hashima binti Muhammad Hasni, and her matrix number is 198617. So, for our big topic, we are going to focus more on 4 points, which is societal factors, high food costs, physical determinants, and psychological effects. Which is, for my points, I want to stress more on societal factors, which is influence of peers and culture. For high food costs, about the price for healthy food, which is usually expensive and low economic status. While for physical determinants, because of time limitation and transportation problems, and the last point is psychological effects, which is caused by stress from studies or environment and mood at the time. So, as you can see, this is the fact in Malaysia that have been the research are done by Malaysia's Healthiest Workplace by AIA Vitality 2017, which is 2 years back. I want to focus more on the apple picture one, which is it shows that 90% of Malaysians do not eat a healthy diet. So that's why 3 of us are going to tell you why and what are the causes of this unhealthy diet in Malaysia. Okay, firstly is societal factors. Influence of peers. From what I have read and from my research, most of students may feel the need to eat the same things your friends eat, which is we are going to be in a group, in a social group, which is what we are going to choose for our lunch, for our dinner, for our breakfast, are going to be influenced by our friends. For example, I have choose to eat nasi lemak, and then my friend said she want to eat roti canai. So it could be some of influence when she said she want to eat roti canai because she want to try something new. Other than that, friends encouraged to try new things or different cooking techniques. For this point, I would like to say that most of the students would be boring to eat the same thing at cafe, and they will try some new menus or new place. For example, and in UPM, most of the students will go to IUI City Mall, Galbi, and so on. Okay, lastly is cultural influences, which is, from what I see, is different races will have different culture in eating habit. From what I'm going to stress is, for Malay, our kind of routine eating food, yes, is nasi. While for Indian, they love to eat something that have curry or santan in their dishes. Okay, so this is the statistic for BMI in Malaysia that has been shown for age among 20 years to 70 years, which is what I want to stress is on the peak one is the one for Indian, which is, as we know, Indian love to eat food that contain a lot of fat, so it could influence their health. Even though when they are young, their eating habits are not Their BMI are not too high, but it could affect when they are old enough. Okay, so this is the example of nasi lemak, roti canai, and all kind of dishes in Malaysia. Okay, that's all. So I would like to give over to Shafinas.
Hello, so good morning everyone. So my name is Shafinas, and let's move to another point of factors influencing bad eating habits among students, which is high food cost demand. Okay, so most of the students are basically from low economic family. So they believe that the money could be spent on something else rather than buying healthier food. So as you can see, healthy food usually expensive because healthy food usually provides enough nutrients to the consumers. Otherwise, the unhealthy food usually lack of nutrients provided and comes from processed food. Okay, as you can see, there are two pictures in front of you now. So basically, that one is a plate of healthier food that usually comes with which is quite pricey. Then the instant food, that is instant noodles, that usually consumed by us students. And it's a guarantee that if I ask all of you, you probably choose Maggi hot cup rather than buying that food because Maggi is quite cheaper than the healthy food. Okay, this is the fact that I found in the internet. Did you know that according to the research from Harvard School of Public Health, that the healthiest diet costs about $150 more per day than the least healthy diets, okay? Because as I mentioned earlier, healthy foods usually comes with a complete set of nutritional value that is tally with the Malaysian dietary guideline. Okay, next. Factors influencing eating bad habit of students, because they have the habit of skipping breakfast. So students prefer to skip breakfast of the day in order to reduce the amount of money used. So this will later impact the meal pattern of the students, because usually they skip breakfast and they tend to consume large amount of food during the lunch hour in order to reduce money. So this in longer duration will causes dangerous inflammation to the skippers, especially to the students who skip breakfast, because there will be inflammation like plaques. Okay, plaques is basically built up in the arteries, causing the arteries to narrow and harden. And thus, plaques is a deposit of fats, calcium, and other substances. Okay, and then it will lead to a disease called atherosclerosis. Okay, this is a picture of how the atherosclerosis build up. This is the artery for healthy person, and when the plaque is built up, it will form this is atherosclerosis. Okay, next we move to another point, that is physical determinants. So physical determinants, I will talk about time and transportation problems. So first, limited time to access nutritious food. So student lifestyles is packed with various kind of activities, events, and functions in college. So uh, this limited time has brought them to a level where they decided to consume instant food because instant food can be prepared in less than 5 minutes. Uh, and although there is growing numbers of healthier fast food nowadays, but most of the fast foods is usually classified as junk food. So in this case, we have gone through the same situation as other students, where we decided to consume instant noodles, for example, because it is the cheapest and fulfilling and the easiest food to prepare. And okay, next. Did you know that a study shows a prevalence of obesity rising rapidly in most Asian countries, and Malaysia is one of the country involved. So most consumption of instant noodles were consumed by students. So in fact, students should know the calorie intake for instant noodles. That is, for serving, it provides about 7 grams of fats, with half of that amount being saturated fat, 26 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein. Okay, now we move to another point, that is transportation problems. So, students find difficulty in accessing to food stall outside the university in order to have nutritious food. So usually nutritious food can be obtained from the restaurant outside the UPM because usually food stall nearby the college always offer limited types of food and also limited type of food, and the menu is same for every day. So in terms of food choices, students have lesser food choices to choose the food they want to eat. And some might say that the students can ride a Grab to reach the restaurant that offer nutritious food outside UPM. But in a longer duration, it will be a burden to them to just spend money on Grab. Okay. Next. For example, roti canai. Roti canai is one of the Malaysian healthy food that can be obtained at Mama outside the UPM because it provides various kind of nutrients such as carbs, protein, and minerals. Okay, I'd like to pass the mic to Lucia.
Okay, alright, thank you, Shamina. So now we'll continue to the fourth factors influencing bad eating habits among students. Okay, the factor that I'm going to present is psychological factors. Firstly, stress from studies and also environments. From my experience myself, being a student, I think it's a common thing for us to Okay, the factors that I'm going to present is about psychological factors. Firstly, stress from environment and also studies. I think from my experience, I think it's a common thing for students to be stressed from assignment and also activities held by college, faculty, and even university. This is either because no cooperation or bad cooperation from group members, and also too much work to be done in a limited amount of time. Especially when students decided to do the works all together at last minute, so they will feel stressed because there's a lot of work to be done now. And then, however, the effect of stress is dependent on the individual itself, their circumstances, and also the stress of factor itself. So therefore, in general, everyone have their own defense mechanism in coping stress. Some, also from my experience, some will eat more when they feel stressed. This means they will take something that is heavier, such as eat a plate full of rice and also another dishes. But some others will not eat until the work is settled. So from that, their eating habit has been disturbed because they don't eat at the right time. And these both both situations will cause bad will cause bad health will cause them to will lead to bad health that will disturb their life and also their studies. Okay, let's move on to another point, which is mood at the time. Okay, as I would like to relate to with my points before, which is stress. Okay, when people stress, they would like to eat something that will comfort them, right? So for this point, they will choose food that will provide them comfort. For example, I take chocolate as a example. Chocolate chocolate will help increase endorphin levels, which make them feel less stressed and provide comfort for them. However, chocolate is not healthy. If they are taken too much, it will lead to bad health. Okay, next is relationship with the food. Sometimes people feel guilty not eating because they're afraid of weight gain. However, if they restrain to eat the food, the desire to eat the food will become higher. And also based on the research, women are reported to have more commonly food craving than men do, because we have premenstrual phase, which we tend to eat a lot because we crave a lot of food. Okay, that's all from me. So in conclusion, the factors that can influence the eating habit is societal factors, high food costs, physical determinants, and psychological effects. That's all from us. Thank you.